Hey guys, I'm Paul the Motor Guy. Now in this video, I'm going to go over some mistakes I see when it comes to riders using the rear brake when doing slow speed maneuvers. I will explain how I use the rear brake, and I'll give you an exercise you can do that will help. So hang tight. Now one problem I see is that riders rely too much on the rear brake, which causes them to use it when it's not needed. So this is what I usually see. So riders will enter the U-turn at a good speed, then they will use the rear brake in the middle of the turn, which slows the bike down too much, and then it becomes a balancing act. If you ever feel like you're balancing the motorcycle, then you're going too slow. Now there are two times we can use the rear brake when doing slow speed maneuvers. One is prior to starting your turn, when the motorcycle is straight up and down. Now if you can get your speed under control prior to your turn, then you may or may not need brake while you're in your turn. In this next video, I'm going to get my speed where I want it prior to making my turn, which will be about 8 miles per hour. And I will not use any rear brake when I'm in my turn. Now, I'm going to be using an 18-foot U-turn box for my demos. All right, so this is going to be getting my speed set. Be about 8 miles an hour prior to my turn. Now, the other time you can use a rear brake is if you're in your turn and you have too much speed and it's causing you to go wide. In this case, you can drag the rear brake to take speed off the motorcycle, which will make the motorcycle lean more and will tighten up your turn. In the next video, I'm going to demonstrate me taking off speed in the middle of my turn to prevent me from going wide. Now I'm going to enter the U-turn box at about 13 miles per hour, and I'm going to get my speed to about 8 to 10 miles an hour during my turn. All right, so now on this one here, I'm going to come in about 12 to 13 miles an hour. I'm going to have to use a little more brake in my turn to get my speed down to keep me from going wide. And you'll see that I'm going to have to have a little more aggressive braking when I'm in my turn. So let's check it out. I'm about 12 miles an hour. Now the advantage of getting your speed under control prior to your turn is it will usually give you a smoother turn. And there's less for you to do while you're in your turn. If your speed is too fast when you enter, it will tend to make you go wide unless you have quick handlebar turns or use a lot of brake. This is because speed equals radius. Now also, if you tend to use a lot of rear brake, it will make the motorcycle want to stand up out of the lane, which you don't want. Now the only way you know I use the rear brake is because I told you I was going to. The point is, you couldn't tell just by looking at the motorcycle. This is because I was smooth on the rear brake, and I didn't stop on the rear brake pedal. Many times I can tell when riders are using the rear brake because the motorcycle is bouncing up and down due to them stomping on and off the rear brake pedal. Now if you need to use your rear brake, you want a smooth press on the rear brake pedal. So if you're having trouble using too much brake during your turn, here's what I want you to do. When you practice your U-turns, I want to get your speed where you want it prior to your turn. Then I want you to make your turn without using your rear brake. By doing this, you will see that the motorcycle will actually stay in the lean a little bit better. And you won't feel like you're fighting the motorcycle during your turns. Now this will also help you wean off using too much rear brake and will also help improve your clutch control. Now I hope this video helps when it comes to using the rear brake when doing slow speed maneuvers. Now, until next time, you got it guys. Practice, 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 and ride safe.